Thank you, Errol, for meeting with me today. I don't know if anything I have will interest you, but we'll go through it. Uh, we help um, increase cash flow, reduce debt, reduce taxes, and shave years off your financial retirement date. Um, we specialize in life insurance and annuities and to shave off those those years. Um, if anything we mentioned here today interests you, then we'll take some information and get back to you at a later time. But today, there's no money. You don't pay me anything. So just sit back and listen, and we'll talk about things later. All right, I work for Federal Financial Group, and it is made up of insurance companies and financial companies that have $1 billion worth of assets and have been around for over 100 years. And we share with people how money works and how we can get it to work better for us so we can shave years off your uh, until your retirement. So that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? All right. Right now, I'd like to talk about what's going on today. You know, prices have gone up, market's been up and down. Um, some of us have received income increases of wages, but at the same time, we have increases of inflation. The price of our homes, our groceries, our gas has all gone up. And what happens is that people, when they don't have enough money, start using their credit cards, and then they get more financially in debt. So I'm going to ask you a question. If 100 people were to retire today at 65, and 35,000 being what people would need in order to survive, how many people would be financially secured? Yeah, that's a pretty good guess. But it's actually 4. So, 4, that's not very many. I got a big job ahead of me. Okay. So what does the other 96 do, Errol? They move in with family, they live on welfare, or they keep working. And we've all seen them, the people at Walmart greeting us. Wonderful people, but should they have to work after 65? I was in Walmart in Caldwell, Idaho the other day, and this old elderly man with his beautiful white hair scooped down in front of me and scraped price tags off the floor. Now, he shouldn't be doing that at his age, but he was, because he wasn't financially secured. So we're going to try, Errol, to not put you in that situation. We have a series of steps that we go through, and I'm going through these rather quickly, and they all work together really quick. I mean, really good. I mean, if you have one, it's easier to get to the next and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go through these quickly. You have questions, stop me, but pay particular attention to the ones that affect you the most, okay? So the first one is inspect what you expect. Now, if I'm to do a financial plan for you and you tell me you need $2,000 a month living expenses and you actually need 3, that's not going to work out too good. So we need to know what you're spending your money on and how much you're spending to know exactly what you need, what you expect. All right. Someone the other day, he said one of his employees never had enough money, couldn't pay the rent, always borrowing for the rent. But he'd go home every night and drink a 6-pack of beer. So, that adds up pretty quickly. He probably could have the money for the rent if he didn't drink the 6-pack every night. So really, you have to know what you're spending. The next thing is increase your cash flow. What is cash flow, Errol? Do you know? That's pretty good. And in addition, cash flow is what you have left over after you paid all your bills each month. So you have your income, you have your debts, and then whatever's left is your cash flow. So that's what you get to spend on other things. And so we want to increase that. And some of the ways, one of the first ways I think of, because I'm a tax person, is that did you get a refund this year? If so, maybe we can put that refund back into your check instead of letting Uncle Sam work on it all year for nothing. Let's put it somewhere that works for you at about 10%. Okay, that sounds pretty good. And the next one is eliminate debt. So we make a list of all of our debts from the largest to the smallest. And this minimum payment's $100. So we pay that $100 until that is all paid off. And then we move this $100 to the next one. And this one we pay $238. And by doing this, it cuts down what we owe the years to pay that off in half. So, but I want you to celebrate after each one of these payoffs, because this is an important factor. The faster you can get out of debt, the better off it is. I don't care if it's just celebrate, or whether you take your wife to dinner, or go out and play a round of golf with the boys. Just celebrate. You did a good thing. Okay. So we're eliminating debt and doing it rather quickly. All right. Develop an emergency fund. There are a lot of different types of emergency, from a transmission to an alternator to a refrigerator to a washer dryer. Those are all emergencies that shouldn't have to come out of your monthly budget. So we need to systematically start putting money away. Your emergency fund should be liquid. It should not be in your checking account. It should be systematic and automatic and making more money than your checking account interest, okay? But it's not for the pizza that you ordered tonight and you don't have money for. That is not an emergency, okay? All right, so the next one protects what you have. All right, you have a nice family, wife and children, and all of a sudden one night you don't come home. So, who pays the mortgage? Who pays the utilities? Who buys the food? Who pays for the kids to go to college? If you don't have insurance, are they sleeping under the bridge or rescue mission, or where are these? And you know, anymore, what happens if your little girl gets sick, Errol, and you have to run her to the emergency room, and they want $5,000 to $1,000 before they'll touch her, and you don't have it? That, Errol, is an emergency. I had a friend, son, that was coming home from work, had an aneurysm, run into a tree, and laid in a coma for 2 years in the hospital. I really hope that they had some life insurance. They were a family of 4. We need an emergency fund. All right. Step number 6 is the biggest one. This one can change your life. And this is the one everybody likes. And if you listen to me, I'm going to get strong with you. You have to win 2 battles. And the one is the battle of inflation, and the other one is the battle of taxes. So let me talk about the battle of inflation. You know what the rule of 72 is? All right, if you get 4% interest, you divide that by 72, you get 18. That means any money you invest, let's say $100, will take 18 years to double. Another 18 years, and another 18 years. Well, in all this time, all you have is $800. But if you take that same $100 and invest it in 12%, it doubles every 6 years. So 100, and it's the same down here, but it's every 6 years. So by the time this one reaches 100, this one is at 400. And by the time another 18 years comes around, 12, 8, 16, this is 3,200. See the difference? So this is the battle of inflation. Now I have an example over here I want to show you, because I think it really says it all. Alright, I'm going to turn this around so you can see it. Alright, here is 18 years at 4%. He invested $10,000. When he's 65, he has 40. Okay? Over here, the same money. When he's 65, he has $640,000. A difference of $600,000. Now, I want to tell you that it isn't having the $10,000. It's beating the law of inflation. It's putting money in and start doing something is what you have to do. So, if you were 65, your kids are gone, your house is paid for, how long could you live on $40,000? Well, when the says to be financially secured, you have to have 35. $40,000 is only going to last you a little over a year. That's not very good retirement. You're going to be working at Walmart after that first year. Okay? So, step 6 is financial income or financial savings. It's where you get to be debt-free. Now tell me, where would you be, Errol, if you were debt-free and your savings was out making your income? Where would you be? You'd like to travel. So would I. Good choices. All right. Hold on to that thought. All right. And where do you go to get the interest? All right, in the banks, you get CDs and money market that may make 2 to 3%. Used to make much higher than that, but that's what they do. You don't lose anything in these funds, but you don't gain much. On the other side of this, you have the stock market. The mutual funds. And they may go up and down and up and down, and there's no security here. But they do make higher return. As long as they keep going up, you'd be fine. But on these down years, if you're not retiring, okay? So something in between is called the index fund. Tied to the S&P, the S&P has averaged 10% over the last 25 years. You don't lose any principal or any interest. So where would you rather your money be? Right here. Okay. So I'm going to show you a scenario about those. If you had $10,000 and it grew at 10%, here you would have $11,000. Another year, 10%, you'd have 12.1. And let's say the market dropped 20%. This is 9.6. This would be the stock market. All right, your funds would keep going this way until the market came back up. So, if it came up 15%, yours is capped at 12. This is what the insurance company get, that 3% between that, but at least you're not here. So that's a good trade-off, right? All right, yours caps at 12. So that's a pretty good dilemma there. All right, I'm going to tell you another little story. Could be true, isn't. A while back, a young man walked into the banker and said, "Banker, I'd like to have $1 million by the time I'm 65. So what do I have to invest every month in order to get that $1 million?" Banker figured it up, and back there you could get 5%. Not today. Banker figured it up and said you'd have to have $1,640 a month. This guy said, "I can't get that." So he walked out of the bank very dejected and didn't start saving a dime. Well, he's now one of those greeters at Walmart. Nice, friendly guy. Everybody likes him. But he's still working at Walmart. Now, if the banker would have helped him with that and found him 10% inflation battle 1, it might have been $900. Now, there isn't a lot of people that can do $900, but there are a few. But that would have saved him $740. All right, let's put the other battle in there, the battle of taxes. And maybe he would have had to earn $300 to $400. Now, some of us can do that. And you might be, after you do the inspect when you inspect and find out where your money's going, you might be able to put $300 or $400. And these are just round off. These are not exact. But the importance is you start putting away something today so that when you're ready to retire, the money is there. Okay. So that is step 6. And this could be pretty awesome if you start doing. What difference it's going to make in your life. All right, step 7 is a will. You need to write a will so your estate doesn't go to probate. Make the difference of having something for your kids and not. You need power of attorneys, all those medical leases and all those kind of things to protect your assets. All right, now I've gone through all 7 of these. Which one of these 2, if you could, of these 7, from inspect what you expect, cash flow, ensuring what you have, debt reduction, financial income, and the will, which 2, if you could only pick 2, would be the most important to you? All right. So we're going to deal with those for a while. So, what we do from here is we fill out a financial need analyst that we find out what your goals are, what your debts are, what you have and what you don't have. I take these back. We run them through a sophisticated computer, and I come back and we'll get together another meeting and I'll present what come out of the computer and we'll see which one's right for you. Now, I bet you're wondering what your cost to me is. Let me tell you. You're going to owe me hot, fresh baked cookies with a cold glass of milk. No, I was just kidding. You're so serious. No, actually, what I get is a finder's fee from the insurance company you pick, and they pay me for referring you to them. So nothing of your money comes out to pay me. Okay? So we're going to go through these questions, and I have the first few are yes and no answers, and can't have a maybe. You know, I know you're serious about this. You need to get down the road, the financial planning, retirement planning, and you're serious. I'm going to be serious. So you get as close as you can so that this report that I bring back is the best for you. All right. Any major purchases in the next 2 or 3 years? No. Okay. Pay off debt? Okay. Build financial fund? You already have that? Oh, good. Do you have to support your family? Your parents? Anybody? No? College fund? No, your kids are beyond that. Retirement fund? Okay. So, Joe Blow, Errol, date of birth, 50. Spending plan needs? Yes, no? How's your cash flow? Do you have money left over after you pay your bills? Do you have any debt? Emergency fund. Oh, you already have one? Oh, good, good, good. You have insurance for your life? No. Do you have auto insurance? And long-term savings. So where are you going? The Bahamas. Okay. And how much could you think you could put away on a monthly basis if we were to do something? $200. Okay. All right. Let me ask another question. If I put all this together, come back, Errol, and everything fits your needs, everything you're comfortable with, would you be willing to do this? Okay. And how soon would you like to start? Oh, this month. Okay. Well, let me ask you another question. If I brought a plan specifically for you and could show you exactly when you could retire, would you be willing to share this with a few friends and refer them to me? Now, I try not to talk to them before you talk to them. So if you give me a few names, then I still have to finish your paperwork. So it'll be a couple of days before I call your friends. So it isn't going to be right away. I'm not going to, as soon as you leave, call them. I'm not going to do that to you. So would you be willing to refer me? Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.